S.C. Johnson & Son Incorporated, commonly referred to as S.C. Johnson, is one of the world's leading manufacturers of household cleaning products and other consumer products. It is a privately held, family-operated business headquartered in Racine, Wisconsin. In 1882, Samuel C. Johnson began working for a flooring company, Racine Hardware Company. Just 4 years later, Mr. Johnson purchased the business and renamed it S.C. Johnson. At 132 years old, it is one of the oldest family-owned businesses in the United States. H. Fink Johnson is the company's current chairman and CEO. He is the fifth generation of the Johnson family to have led S.C. Johnson. S.C. Johnson is a global leader with operations in more than 70 countries. Its products are sold in virtually every country across the world, and the company employs nearly 13,000 people. S.C. Johnson is routinely awarded for their sustainability, diversity, and workplace environment. S.C. Johnson manufactures products in the following categories: cleaning, air care, pest control, home storage, shoe care, and auto care. In the last 25 years, S.C. Johnson has made a number of key acquisitions, including the Dracket Company, Dow Brands business, and divisions of the Sara Lee Corporation. Their product portfolio now includes brands such as Pledge, Glade, Drano, Windex, Scrubbing Bubbles, Mr. Muscle, Shout, Raid, Off, Saran Wrap, and Ziploc, among many other professional products.
The company employed the philosophy of "This We Believe" in 1976. This mantra encompasses the way that the company does business and is accountable to its stakeholders. The company highly believed in its accountability, respect, and moral and social responsibility to its employees, consumers and users, the general public, neighbors and hosts, and the world community as a whole. They used a variety of different steps, including better raw material acquisition, waste disposal, and logistics, all of which will be discussed in this presentation. In addition to looking for ways to improve profitability, the "This We Believe" philosophy was one of the primary motivators for S.C. Johnson to revamp its supply chain. At the forefront and most important is environmental responsibility and sustainability. Previously, many of the products produced by S.C. Johnson contained polyvinylidene chloride and polyvinyl chloride. As the company became aware of the effects on human health and biodegradability, it saw a need to change the way it acquired raw materials for its products. In 2001, the company introduced the Green List. Ingredients used or that are considered being used are scrutinized under this initiative for their impact on human health and the environment. Not only has S.C. Johnson removed PVCs and PVDCs, it has also removed chlorofluorocarbons, or CFCs, from its products. Removal of CFCs was eventually mandated. However, the company achieved this goal several years before it was required. Although chemicals that are used in production would be more easily attained and more profitable, the company chooses to do the right thing by its consumers and the environment.
Over the past several decades, chemicals that are used in many products have had a worsening reputation due to the potential for them to cause harm, and consumers are therefore more interested than ever to know what's inside the products they use. In response to this development, S.C. Johnson has been on the forefront of increasing consumer knowledge and ensuring that the ingredients that they use in all products are safe. S.C. Johnson produces an annual sustainability report to allow consumers to make an informed choice with any item that they purchase. In 2009, they implemented an ingredient transparency program to provide consumers data that demonstrates the safety of all chemicals that are included in S.C. Johnson products. A program that S.C. Johnson has put in place to optimize its supply chain is the Green List program. This program is an effort by S.C. Johnson to go beyond the requirements set by regulatory agencies to ensure that all products are safe for use. Every ingredient in every S.C. Johnson product goes through the rigorous Green List program evaluation. Its centerpiece is a science-based 4-step evaluation that looks at both hazard and risk to people as well as to the environment. They review products to ensure that they will not cause any chronic human health hazards, such as the potential to cause cancer or reproductive diseases. They ensure that products will not cause any long-term environmental hazards. They also evaluate products for the potential to cause acute risks to human and environmental health or any other potential effects. The goal is for each product that is used by S.C. Johnson to only include ingredients that pass all 4 of these tests. However, there are times that the best available ingredient, such as the active agent in an insecticide or a glass cleaner, might fail one of these steps. In these situations, they assess risk based on how a product will be used, who will be exposed to it, to how much, for how long, and how often, and ensure that the concentration of the ingredient is at a safer than safe level.
Now let's transition to how SC Johnson impacts the environment and waste production. SC Johnson believes that not only should they follow all required laws, but they should also hold suppliers of their products to high standards as well. If a supplier is unwilling or unable to meet the rigorous requirements that set by SC Johnson, then they run the risk of no longer being allowed to work with the company. Suppliers must comply with relevant laws and regulations in the country of operation and meet or exceed international standards for environmental protection. But managing hazardous material appropriately. Suppliers must identify and manage chemicals and other materials that may pose as a hazard if released into the environment. Ensure sufficient training of workers. Ensure safe handling, movement, storage, and reuse. And comply with applicable labor laws and regulations for recycling and disposal. Comply with Johnson & Sons sustainable sourcing policies. Suppliers must understand and comply with current and future Johnson & Sons sustainable source policies. These include but are not limited to pulp, paper, packaging, and palm oil responsible sourcing guidelines. Now let's talk about calculating and reduce environmental footprint. Suppliers are encouraged to calculate their carbon, waste, and water footprint using recognized methods such as the Carbon Disclosure Project and to identify and implement efforts to reduce their footprint. Over the past 13 years, SC Johnson has used renewable energy resources around the world to power their facilities. Last year alone, nearly 35% of the SC Johnson's energy usage came from renewable energy. In May of 2017, the Bay City, Michigan plant became the third site that ran on 100% wind energy for electricity. In 2017 was a pivotal year for SC Johnson. They were able to reduce greenhouse gas emission by 55%. This leads me to my final point. In the fiscal year 2011, SC Johnson saw a global waste reduction of 59%. Today, that number has increased to 79%.
Prior to 1966, SC Johnson serviced its customers in the United States with direct shipments from the manufacturing plant in Racine, Wisconsin. As the business began to expand and acquire other companies, manufacturing and distribution from one facility was no longer plausible. Because of this, SC Johnson began to utilize a regional distribution strategy by strategically placing warehouses and distribution centers throughout the United States. After studying the loading dock practices, SC Johnson noticed shipping trucks were not being loaded to their full weight capacity. Instead, they were being filled to a capacity with specific products. They may have previously filled a truck to capacity with sandwich bags, but this was far below the truck's most efficient load weight. Alternatively, a shipment of window cleaner would reach maximum capacity before the truck was completely full. With the implementation of the Adapted Truckload Utilization Project, they began mixing products that were being distributed and efficiently loading their routing trucks to capacity. With this change, SC Johnson found that within the first year that they were able to save approximately $1.6 million, as well as decrease over 1,800 tons of green gases annually. Today, Waxdale is SC Johnson's largest global manufacturing and research facility located in Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin. To help supply products efficiently and cost-effectively, other labs and manufacturing sites have been recently established throughout the U.S. as well as globally. At the manufacturing sites, SC Johnson's employees work to box manufactured products to send to the distribution centers. At the distribution center, a third party such as DHL manages SC Johnson's supply chain. Companies such as DHL provide their clients with distribution facilities, shipping, as well as the planning. By outsourcing distribution, SC Johnson benefits in numerous ways. Such benefits include absorbing the credit risk arising from the product's buyers, as well as marketing SC Johnson's product lines.